Welcome to Your Unapologetic Life, the podcast. I'm Morgan Barkis, your body confidence coach, with a unique blend of education and experience. With degrees in psychology and marriage and family therapy, coupled with over a decade of working as an exotic dancer as well as a exotic dance and fitness instructor, I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey. If you're ready to break free from societal norms and embrace your authentic self, you're in the right place. Tune in for insightful conversations and empowering strategies that will help you rediscover your confidence. As a special gift to you, I'm offering an exclusive Lose the Midlife Belly guide. All you have to do is visit morganbarkis.com and subscribe to my email list. Let's dive into this episode. How has your skincare routine changed since you hit midlife? Mine changed a lot. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I don't even remember what I did. The only thing I can remember is when I lived in South Florida, I used coconut oil exclusively. I went to the beach, I put it in my hair, I put it all over my skin. I used it as a makeup remover. And then I didn't moisturize, I didn't tone, I didn't exfoliate, I didn't do anything. And I met this husband and wife. They owned a spot where I went to get facials. I can't remember how I met them. I think I might have met them at the dog park, and don't quote me on that. Anyway, I probably went in a couple times a year for a facial, and she would always ask me what I'm doing with my skincare routine and has anything changed? And I'd say, nope. And you're not going to like it. It's still the same. I'm just choosing coconut oil. And she did not like my answer. And I just didn't pay that much attention to it. And then all of a sudden, I needed to. I wanted to. I am choosing to age all natural, so I'm choosing not to do any kinds of fillers or Botox, and I control what I can control. So my routine has definitely changed. There was one morning I woke up, and despite a skincare routine, I still got up, looked in the mirror, and went, "Whoa, I don't know what is happening under these eyes, and it is not okay." And so I went to Amazon.com and got myself some moisturizing under eye patches. And so now I wake up in the morning and I put those babies under my eyes, get the coffee going, journal, and let my under eye patches do some moisturizing and brightening, if you will. And so, I'm controlling what I can control, and I get as much sleep as I can. And some days I still wake up and I'm like, yikes, I don't look great today. I need to do some things to perk this up. And um, back to my skincare routine, I didn't pay much attention. Like I said, I wasn't even using a moisturizer when I was living in South Florida because the air was so humid and I was in the sun all the time, and I didn't use sunscreen. I still don't use sunscreen. It's not my jam. And yet there were things that I did want to add to my routine, and that was a toner, a moisturizer, a gentle makeup remover. I stopped wearing makeup that required um, harsh scrubbing of the eyes, and so I actually found I didn't even know this. I googled mascara that doesn't require makeup remover, and I found a mascara by a company called Thrive, and it's a tubal mascara, and you just need to run your fingers under hot water and then gently roll your eyelashes between your fingers, and the mascara comes right off. And that's the only makeup I really wear anymore, and I don't even do it every day because I just wanted to be less harsh around my eyes because it's such delicate skin, and you think you're losing your collagen when you get older. Your skin, the texture changes, and you're losing that elasticity. So I didn't want to go crazy scrubbing my eyes trying to take makeup off. And I just find that as I get older, I didn't look as good in makeup anyway. When I was in my 20s, man, I would go to Mac and they'd say, tell me how to do a smoky eye with silvers and grays. And then I'd go in and, tell me how to do a smoky eye with golds and tans and browns. And so I would have them do my makeup and I would get very elaborate. It was like art. It's fun. And I got to an age where I was like, this doesn't look great anymore. Like there's too much makeup sitting in too many lines. This is not okay. We're going minimalistic here, minimalistic. And then I was also listening to a podcast because for me, I moved to Kentucky after I was living in South Florida in a much drier climate, colder, and it wasn't foreign to me. I grew up in northern Wisconsin and then I lived in Minnesota for 10 years. So it's not like I didn't know about the cold. But again, when you're in your 20s and 30s, your skincare isn't really top of mind as much. You're just kind of youthful because you're young. And then now in my 40s, move up to Kentucky and then Illinois. I thought, "Ooh, I got to do something because the 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 sun-kissed skin that I had living in Florida was gone, back to being pale, even having dry skin, and now again losing the elasticity and the collagen, and it was just different." And I was listening to a podcast, How I Built This, and there was a woman entrepreneur who created a skincare line, and it was a Japanese inspired skincare line. They used rice water a lot and rice paper, and it was very gentle. And I really loved her backstory. And I thought, I'm going to sample this stuff. So I ordered the samples, and I had found that most skincare lines made me break out, or it was just my sensitive skin. It just didn't work for me, or it felt greasy. I don't like that. And so I just until I found this skincare line, I didn't find one that I liked prior to. But anyway, so my whole routine really changed. It became, those under eye patches in the morning. It also became shaving my face. Who knew? I read something about why gentlemen, their faces sometimes look more youthful than women's as they age. And it's because they oftentimes shave their faces. And I thought, well, that makes sense. And then I realized that you could buy shavers and literally microplane your face and take off all the peach fuzz, but then it also takes some of those dead skin cells and really reveals a fresher face. So that became part of my routine. I do that about once a week, and the under eye patches every morning. And then also an exfoliator. I do that a couple times a week. Instagram, that'll get you. That's where I found that one. And I like it. It works well. It makes my face feel really fresh. And it's sort of what do they, set it and forget it? Like it's not. I know I'm getting older. Like the 11s are here to stay, baby. The 11s are here to stay. Now, can I do my best to minimize it and take care of them? Sure. So, the shaving of my face, that actually kind of helps. And I massage my 11s when I wash my face at night. And, I take good care of my skin because just like anything, if you're going to take care of your body from the inside out, you're drinking a lot of water, you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're prioritizing protein, you're moving your body every day, you're doing some flexibility work, you're staying limber, um, you're doing some strength training, 2 times a week because you're doing the best you can. This is the only body you have in this life. Take good care of it. It is going to get older. There's no way to stop the train called time. So I don't fight it, and I take tender loving care of it along the way. And that has become true with my skincare routine and just learning that there are products out there. Now, did you see Ted Lasso? The main character in Ted Lasso is a gorgeous woman. She's just generally beautiful. And her skin is glowing. And I saw an article about some of the products that she uses, and I wrote every single one down, and I I searched it, and boy, some of the products, like the one serum she uses, was like 3 or $400, and I thought, "Ooh, okay, little out of my price range right now." And I mean, the products are out there. So depending on your budget, there are products to use that you can take the best care of your face and your skin in the time that you're in, and working with what you got. Now, some folks decide to do Botox and fillers and the things. I have chosen not to. So I am choosing to age all natural, and I'm not going to just throw my hands in the air and say, whatever, I give up. No, I'm still going to take good care, just like I'm going to go get my hair done and get my nails done. Like, these are things that are part of my self care routine. And no matter where I'm at in my life in terms of age, I want to embrace that and take care of what I'm working with. And so, and everything changes as you age. I mean, let's be real. When I was in my 20s, I used to go to this nail shop on the south side of not Chicago. It was Chicago Avenue, but it was in Minneapolis. And it was on Lake in Chicago over on the south side. And I'm telling you what, this place, sheer chaos. I mean, it was first come, first serve, no appointments. That's probably why it was so cheap. People would come with their kids and their lunch, and you would get shuffled person to person. Like, one person, you'd sit in the chair, they'd call you over, and they'd take your nail polish off, and then you'd move to the next chair. It was like an assembly line, and then they would put your tips on, and then you go to the next chair, and it was like they would fill your tips, and the next one, it was like they paint or airbrush, and I got airbrush and rhinestones all over these nails. I was ridiculous. And that's where I was in my life at that time. Now, I get my nails done, and I'm like, short, very short, round nails with just the dip, just one solid color, and it's pretty much red every single time because that is just where I'm at in my life right now. And so, um, and your hair changes. I've had all kinds of crazy hairstyles. Well, crazy might be a stretch, depending on who you talk to. They weren't crazy, but, I got my hair cut, just chopped her all off when I was 19, I believe. Yeah, I think 19 years old, and it was a summer afternoon. I had gotten off of work, and I had my hair in a ponytail and this, hat on. I worked at a garden center, and so I had the hat on, and I went in to the local hair place, and I said, "Cutting the hair, cut it off, donate my hair." I had never colored my hair or anything, so it just she chopped off 14 inches, and I had short hair, and that's what I've had for the rest of my life, and it's changed length and style a little bit, but I've kept my short hair for a long time. But depending on my age and what I was feeling and kind of what I wanted to express, my hairstyles have changed. My style has changed. Whose hasn't? Can you remember what you were wearing in your 20s? Oh, that was a hot mess. It was like very urban. Um, I don't even know what I was doing. And then you reach a certain age, or you're like, depending on your work and where you live, and it all changes. And so does your skincare. I say all that to say your skincare changes as well. So you're changing with the times, you're working with what you got. And it just is really important to do that to make yourself feel the best you can. Because if you're like me and you're going to just go all natural, and even if you're not, you're still working with a canvas, and this is the canvas you have, whether you like it or not. And so take the best care of it that you can, and find what works for you. I would definitely say the under eye patches, real game changer there in the morning, truly a brightener of the eyes. Finding a good skincare line that has a very gentle makeup remover, even if you're not wearing heavy makeup, like just your basic, if you're wearing like a light powder or some kind of foundation. Um, I found really nice rice wash, like a face wash, and a real gentle moisturizer, and one that is also reparative. And it's not anti-aging necessarily, it's just for reparative care. Um, If you're gonna do sunscreen, you do you. It's not my thing. I literally cannot stand the smell of sunscreen. There was a guy I went out with once, and, he was wearing sunscreen, and I thought, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work out." I cannot stand the smell of sunscreen. It's just the most disgusting smell to me, and as soon as I smell it, I'm like, get me away," and so I don't do sunscreen, and I've been making it thus far. You know, it's kinda like your hair, like, people are like, you're not supposed to wash your hair every day." It's like, you know what? I've been washing my hair every single day since I was a teenager, and stylists always tell me how healthy my hair is, so I'm not too worried about it. So, you do you. You find what works for you. Uh, don't throw your hands up and say, "I'm getting old and it's inevitable and, there's not a thing I can do about it." Yes, you can. Work with what you got. This is the canvas you got, and you can take the best care of it that you can. Shave your face. It is wondrous. Sometimes when I'm standing next to women and I can and I think, she hasn't discovered the wonder of shaving your face, because you see all the little peach fuzz. But like I said, you also exfoliate, and so I do that about once a week. Moisturizer is super important if you're gonna, check for hyaluronic acid. That's a big thing. Peptides, antioxidants. That seems to be all the rage in moisturizers if you're gonna do stuff for aging. Take your collagen. I mean, find a really quality collagen. That can be a big deal. I was listening to Halle Berry. She was on Trevor Noah's podcast, and she was talking more about sexual health and aging. And she was talking about an infrared something or other, that you can, put in your vagina and actually restore the collagen in your vaginal walls, which is fascinating. I gotta look into that. That's a whole other podcast topic, sexual health and aging, and, Halle Berry is just a wealth of knowledge. I didn't realize how knowledgeable she is and that she created a whole company on empowering women to, yes, you're aging, stuff's gonna start literally falling apart because that's what happens to our skin as we get older, including your vaginal wall and your skin. And but anyway, I just thought, people do infrared on their face too, so you could do that. I haven't explored that option yet, but anyway, it just really wants you to consider looking at yourself different if you're struggling with this aging stuff. I look at pictures of when I was 35, I'm almost 45 now, and I think, wow, I didn't even think about my skin 10 years ago because I didn't have to. There wasn't a line there. Like I said, I was living in Florida and then for a year in California and then back to Florida. And it was just, I was always in the sun and slightly tan and didn't have to moisturize. I didn't even think about it. And now it's become something that I take such special care. And good on you. I mean, if you want to take care, make it the best that you can, just like you are with your body, like I said, and do what you can and control what you can. I think I said everything, right? The under eye patches, the shaving your face, finding a good toner. Go get a facial a couple times a year. It's like $200 to $300 if you can. Save up some money and enjoy a facial. It really helps rejuvenate your skin and make you feel pampered and like you're taking care of yourself. And again, working with the canvas that you have. Um, yeah, I think that's it. And then find a really good skincare line. And if there's folks, it's kind of like getting a tattoo and you see really great tattoo on somebody and you're like, who is your tattoo artist? If you see someone with gorgeous skin, ask what she's doing. I used to work with this gal. She was my manager in one of the outside sales jobs I had. And I said, I think she might have been younger than me. Anyway, but I said, your skin is gorgeous. Like youthful and just bright and it was wonderful and I could tell that it was all natural and so I talked to her about her skincare line. I mean, so like, just like finding a good tattoo artist or a good stylist or a good hairstylist, when you see something that's inspiring, ask around and see what that beautiful woman is doing. And also, if you can, shift how you're seeing yourself. Because, like I said, the train called time, it's not stopping. And you can either get on the train and look out the window and go, this is gorgeous. This trip is gorgeous. And the landscape is changing. And I like that landscape better than this landscape, or that was more fun than this one. And it all just is. The reality in front of you is you're getting older. Your face is changing. Um, it just is. And you can either resent it and fight it and lament it, or you can go, this is where I'm at. This is the reality in front of me. And how can I take special, special care in this time, right now? Thank you for joining me on this episode of Your Unapologetic Life. I hope you found inspiration and practical tips to help you embrace your unique beauty. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with at least one woman in your life that you care about. Hit that follow button, and if this episode resonates with you, take a moment to rate and review. Your support helps us reach more women on their journeys to confidence. And remember, for even more resources, including my exclusive Lose the Midlife Belly guide filled with my personal tips and tricks, visit morganbarkus.com and subscribe to my email list. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode.